a slave of ambition. I laughed at the world and its shams. I think of my happy condition, surrounded by acres of clams. Surrounded by acres of clams. Surrounded by acres of clams. I think of my happy condition, surrounded by acres of clams.
Mr. O'Brien? Hi, I'm Jen Fernopoulos from Time Week magazine.
Come on in.
Thanks.
You can sit right here if you want.
Thank you.
Can I offer you something to drink? Some water? Actually, we don't have water up here. How about some clam juice or broccoli?
No thanks, Mr. O'Brien.
Please, call me Timmy.
Timmy, do you mind if I tape this? I need to ask for your permission before I do so.
No, go right ahead.
Okay, thanks. Let me just set it up. I'll just put it right there. Okay. Anyway, I'm here to tell the real story of what happened last winter. The world is such a different place now because of your family. And the only press that you've gotten thus far has been from the supermarket papers. So anyway, I just want to say thanks for letting us be the first credible news organization to tell the real story.
Jen. I have to be honest with you here. You're not the first person I've told this story to. I've already talked to the Herald, the Post, the Times, you name it. But you may be the first person to actually tell my story.
I don't get it.
You don't, I do, but you will. You see, I agreed to do this interview because I want to talk about the comic book I'm creating. I believe it's the best format to tell this story. Well, not the best. You could make a movie out of it. The budget would be ridiculous. You sure you don't want some broccoli?
No, I prefer cauliflower myself.
That's weird.
Timmy, I don't know whether or not to be honored with this opportunity, but it does sound intriguing. So why not tell me the story and about the comic book from the beginning?
Okay, well, the comic book really deals with the 3 days that changed my life. It involves myself, a certain patient back in a state mental ward in Massachusetts who I've been collaborating with for the past 6 months.
So your story takes place back east?
Yeah, Cape Cod, and right here in Dirt Ridge.
Okay.
I remember it as if it were yesterday. I was leaving my LA office, talking on the cell. Listen, just dump the HTC stock when it hits 20. Put that in the Grand Cayman account till next week. Got it? Hey, cash out those Himalayan pineapple options we bought last year. Hold on. Tim here.
Hello, Mr. O'Brien. I just wanted to confirm your appointment with the Baxter firm tomorrow at 9. Then at 3 o'clock, you have that presentation with the city council. And that looks like it for the holiday weekend.
Listen, I'll deal with that tomorrow. Has Sheriff Jurgens called today?
No, he hasn't. Anything else?
Yeah. Anyone called about buying my car?
Nope, but I did find a Yugo in the paper going for $300.
Jump on that like a vegetarian to broccoli.
You want me to call on it?
Oh yeah. All right, bye. Timothy O'Brien.
Boy, you got my money yet.
No, No, I haven't got it yet. I've been selling off all my accounts. I should have it by next week. Sorry about the delay, sir.
So Brian, quit messing with me Monday and that's it. And get that dimwit brother of yours off the property.
Monday? That's not enough time. I need at least until Wednesday.
Yeah, well, the Hong Kong market should be open a couple of hours. I'd like to see what we can do there, if anything. Hold on, Max. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. O'Brien, I forgot to remind you that tomorrow's your brother's birthday. Shall I have something sent to him?
No. I'll get something up to him between those 2 appointments tomorrow somehow. All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Yeah, go ahead, Max.
Tu me manquais.
Hold that thought. Well, see, your car is filthy out there. It's le auto, it's dirt, something. Hold on. Max, can you hear me?
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah, run those pharmaceutical numbers by me again.
Yeah. Timmy. I hate it when you put me on hold like that. You know? I got so much to talk.
Je suis allée au marché aujourd'hui. J'ai un cadeau pour toi.
All right, let's talk about the European market.
Timothy O'Brien.
Timmy, Frederick Jiggly Squid here.
Of course I was known as Professor Smith until recently. How are you, my dear boy?
Listen, I don't take to listening over the phone. Take me off your list.
My dear boy, your father and I were like brothers. We worked together for nearly 20 years. Surely you remember me.
Never heard of you.
You must have mentioned me at some point.
Nope.
Well, you must remember.
Remember the presentation ceremony? I believe you were about 10 years old. The fire scare, the chaos that ensued? The research specimens which we are using are the Atlantic white clams, and the chemicals in which
Look, there's Dr. O'Brien. Dr. O'Brien.
Now, boys, this is Gertrude, the new babysitter. The last one's still in the hospital. Gertrude, that's Timmy, that's Malcolm. Please listen to her and do what she says. This silly news conference will be over in about an hour. We can get back home. I can get to my research, and you boys can do what it is you do.
Dr. O'Brien.
No time.
Dr. O'Brien.
No.
Dr. O'Brien.
Good afternoon. The Manfred Biology Labs and the Smith Grant Society are pleased to announce this most prestigious study into the cure for cancer. Based on the brilliant theoretical research of our project leader, we hope to someday rid the world of this most horrific disease. Now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the man responsible for this most momentous project. Please join me in welcoming Dr. O'Brien.
Thank you, Fred.
Okay, boys, this press conference is extremely important to your father's career, so I need you to stay put and be good.
Author of I Like Clams, do you?
Dad's not gonna be around much after this.
Still got that smoke
Begin
bomb?
by introducing our team. At my disposal will be the entire fellowship staff of the world-renowned and prestigious Manfred Biological Laboratories. Also employed by the laboratories is the Manfred Male Choir, who are very good at singing, and quite a good couple of chaps.
Stay put. I need this job. Okay, I'm gonna put these in the car. You guys watch my purse.
Let me continue with the introductions, if you please. I will be working very closely with the talented Miss Colson, Herkowitz Lacey, and the man who has donated his $20 million trust fund to the project, Mr. Professor Smith. Thank you. And here he is, Professor Smith.
Thank you so much. As you can see, our primary focus will be the filtering properties of the Atlantic white clam.
Herc, set up those boards immediately and stop daydreaming about your lunch.
Excuse me, we have some technical difficulties here and loose ends in our organizational skills.
Smith, what about the rights of the clams?
Clams. And how can we be sure you aren't creating some biological hazard in that lab of yours?
Well, Dr. O'Brien has clearly stated in his proposal that there will not be any harm done to the clams.
Timmy, we're gonna get in trouble. I know.
And as far as biological hazards, the Genetic Ethics Committee will be closely watching us in all our work. And now I'd like to introduce to you Hilga von Strasberg, head of the GEC.
That's Hilda von Strauborg. I have set up a task force to watch over all activity in the labs as well as monitor all field work within my jurisdiction. There will be strict security measurements in place, and no nonsense will be tolerated. We have our own undercover police force watching very closely. Fire! Fire! Oh!
Yeah, I remember some freak who had a fixation with Dad. Talked to himself all the time.
You know, our specialized field of genetics had caused a lot of strain on us all. We all had different approaches to dealing with it. Your father's dedication to his work was his way of coping with the pressure. You know, the Nobel Prize Committee was ready to give
Yeah, he had a way with clams. Wish he'd have put some of that talent into his finances. Anyway, I can't talk right now. We'll do lunch sometime.
Wait, Timmy, I may be able to assist you with your money concerns. I'm willing to make you an offer on the mountain property your father left you. A rather sizable chunk of land, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5,000 acres of barren forest. Thanks to the tree huggers, you can't develop it. Not enough to cover what I need.
Yes, but there's more to that property than what you may be aware of. Tell me, did your father leave any documents behind?
No, I haven't found anything yet. But I haven't been up to the mountain property in a while. What, is that worth something? Hey, Agnes. You want to go up to the mountain with me tomorrow? Just think, some fresh air, no water, my crazy brother. Maybe that's not a good idea.
Il est vraiment fou? Shouldn't he be in hospital?
No, he's not really crazy. He keeps to himself a lot, especially now since our father has been proclaimed dead. You know, sometimes I want to give up this whole rat race. Buy a broccoli farm. You, me, some chickens. A simple life, you know?
Simple life? You and I?
Yeah. Silly, huh?
Professor Jinglesquid here. Has she called in tonight? It would have been so much easier if you left your research notes with me. After all, it was my trust fund that bankrolled this project. And I thought we were so close, yet your son didn't even recognize my name.
Sorry, wrong number. I've searched the whole house. I can't find any documents.
Good night, Agnes.
Bonne nuit, Timmy!
It is unfortunate you left me with so many questions, but then again, it would be you getting all the glory if you were still around.
Yo, what's up, man?
What are you doing?
I'm skating here. What
call
are
that
you doing?
skating?
Yeah, I call that skating. So what? Ugh. Dude, you chipped my tooth.
I did?
This is boring, man. Let's go commit some crime. Hey, look, there's that fish freak. Is he talking to himself? Oh, that dude. My brother saw him kissing a fish last week. Let's go get him. Yeah.
Of course I miss you, but perhaps it's best you aren't here right now. The time has come for the world to recognize my brilliance.
See you later, Nicey lover!
You see, O'Brien, these kids these days just don't get it, do they? Reservations for Jingling Squid?
This way.
Excuse me, I'd like a window seat.
Sorry, sir. Those tables are reserved for parties of two.
But I made a reservation for myself and a friend. If you don't see this right away, I shall complain to your manager.
Us?
You are rude and inefficient, not to mention meddling and most snoopy. We demand a table for two at once.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Timmy seemed as though he will be cooperative. But what about your other son? You said he was the clever boy. That was the term, right?
How dare you insult Pierre's Bistro by seating that coot over by the window and scaring all of my customers away?
But Uncle, I thought you said the customer was always right.
Stupid! If it wasn't for the memory of my dear sister Dominique, you'd be working at the Clam Shack!
The Clam Shack? You mean to tell me you can get me a job working there?
Ah!
Soon, my friend, oh so soon. I will finally get the adoration I deserve.
I got up early the next morning, took care of some business in town, and headed up to Dirt Ridge. I remember it was a strange feeling day. I wrote the first love letter of my life that day.
Okay, so this Smith guy, you've known him since you were a kid.
Yeah, but I don't remember much from my childhood. Dad didn't have a lot of time for Malcolm and I. He really was obsessed with finding the cure after our mother passed away.
I'm sorry.
I do remember I had a crush on that babysitter, Gertrude. Boy, she baked the best broccoli bagels.
Okay, so you're on your way up to the family cabin, the one with the outstanding debt to the sheriff.
Tim here.
Hello, this is Professor Jingly Squid from the Manford Biology Labs. We spoke briefly last night.
Yeah, Professor Jingly Squid? What kind of name is that?
The name Smith doesn't cut it when you want to be recognized. Regardless of all that, I have most of your father's research, but I'm missing the last key elements to his final experiments. The monetary value is unimaginable if the DNA strand mutations can be achieved.
Well, God knows, Professor, I could use the money right now. I'm selling off all my assets just to try to finish the payments on that mountain property.
Listen to me closely, my dear boy. It is the utmost importance that you do not sell that property to anyone else. There are mountain springs found only in that valley, and the mineral-rich water content was the key to your father's lifelong experiments.
Yeah, well, I'm headed up to the cabin right now. If the documents are there, I'll find them.
Timmy, I can barely hear you. Listen, if you can't find those documents, there's something you can look. Your father's research notes indicated he had an assistant that presumably went in...
Professor, you there?
Hello, this is Professor Jingly Squid here. I need to speak to Sheriff McJurgens. No. Yes, I will hold.
My dear Agnes, I think I like you better than broccoli itself. And regardless of our money problems and language barrier, you've stayed with me. This is all very new to me, being close to someone. But I've decided that I like it. This stick with me through this time of crisis, and I promise to take care of you for the rest of our lives. Love, Timmy.
How you doing?
Hey, officer, maybe you could help me out here. I wanted to get up to...
Time out there, Princess Leia. Listen, either you can't read or you ain't never been hooked on phonics. But even Stevie Wonder could have seen those 8 posted signs back this way here. So, what you doing here, man? This here's all private property. Here comes my uncle, man. You done it now, boy.
Great. What are you doing out here, boy? Your citified clothes, your poor excuse for a vehicle here?
Listen, you guys got it all wrong. I own property up here. My brother lives up here. Sheriff McJurgens?
Yep. Where's my
Attention all units.
Go ahead.
We have a possible 915 on Dirt Ridge.
At 10-4, we're on our way.
It's your lucky day.
Now that guy, he's just not nicey.
Boss, I don't want to agitate you or anything, but what are you doing? Dirt Ridge is back over that way. You don't? You ain't going senile, are you?
Attention all units. Cancel the Dirt Ridge call.
Senile? When's the last grade you finished?
What was that one right after 4th?
I don't care if you did finish 6th grade. If it weren't for the fact you were my brother's son, you wouldn't have a job here. Best job you could possibly get would be working at the dump.
The dump? You mean you can get me a job over there, Uncle Ralph, at the dump?
Would you just shut up and make sure your weapon's loaded? Nancy, you copy?
Loud and clear, boss. How'd I do?
You did just fine, hon. Good timing. I'm heading out to do some target practice. If you get any gunshot fire call, tell them not to worry, okay? Copy?
Copy that, boss. Are the coyotes running wild again?
I thought we was going to Dirt Ridge.
And I thought I told you to quit flapping your gums. More like the coyotes are infesting my private gardens. The Merjurgens out.
Base out.
with a small pearl pistol. She shot her man just like a murder, like a camera, like a camera. Well, she turned to me. She said, "Run with me." Then she started to cry. So I took the keychain. It was in the shape of...
Hey, Malcolm!
Tammy, where are you? I'm under the birdhouse, Malcolm. Shh, I think something's following me. What is it? What is this? No, don't say the pumpkin monster out loud. Oops, I just did.
Kids, we got 32 minutes. You want to carve this pumpkin? Babysitter's coming. I'll be gone for 2 days on the research vessel. Hey, what's the matter, guys?
Malcolm thought you were the pumpkin monster. No, I didn't.
Pumpkin. Guys, listen up. The pumpkin monster, if he exists, only hurts people that are bad. Most important is I would never let anything hurt you guys. Okay? Do you understand that?
But, Dad, you're never around.
I do spend a lot of time on my research. And I wish you guys could understand that. I'm trying to find a cure for the disease that took your mother from us. I hope that someday more kids will have both their parents to protect them. I think I can back that schedule up. We might have time to go get some ice cream and carve this pumpkin. What do you say?
Yeah. But Dad, why don't we make broccoli ice cream? Yuck!
That's weird.
Boy, you are lost again, ain't you, silly?
No, I can have the money by next week. Just give me a couple of more days.
It's too late for that, boy. If you want to get out of here alive, you better sign that deed over to me now.
Did you hear, Snake? What the heck?
All right, I'll sign it, but I need time to get my brother off the property.
Smart move, son. Now, did you be telling anybody about this? I am the law in this town.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Can I interest you in some tea? It's quite good, really. My own blend. Amazingly high in zinc content.
No thanks. I'll pass. You don't have any whiskey, do you? Just kidding. But if you keep throwing me tales of samurai in the woods, I think I'm gonna need a bottle or two.
Well, suit yourself. Shall I continue with my story? This is the point where most reporters usually leave.
Yes, please, continue. Okay, so we have the samurai cutting off the deputy's arm, and I must say I very much enjoy your artwork.
Agnes, it's Timmy. Listen, I'm out in the middle of nowhere right now. People have been shooting at me. I don't know what's going on. Things are just, I don't know. If you can call well, you can't call the cops. I think they're the ones shooting at me. Just try to get a hold of Malcolm. Try to warn him. I'll get back to you later if I can. All right.
Good afternoon, my fair lady.
Freak! Mom, that was the scariest man I ever saw.
Hey, Herc. Any calls while I was gone?
You're late for lunch. That's not very good for your digestive system, you know.
Miss Coulson. Miss Coulson! Were there any calls while I was gone?
Yeah, your landlord called and let's see, your septic system broke and you can't use your toilet for a week.
Great, and I just ate 3 burritos.
You should eat more broccoli. That's good for you.
Any other calls?
Magazine Time we called and they're gonna do a cover piece on me and Herc.
What about me?
Nope, just us. They're really specific about that.
Herc, clean up this mess. I'm going to my office for the rest of the day, and I don't want to be disturbed.
Hollywood units, any Hollenbeck unit on no Trail 600 North Mont. 0 North Mont, Department 4 open. 11825, code 6, 105 North Avenue 52.
I want 2 helicopters doing a search in the valley. Bob, you copy? I want you to get over to my garden and keep an eye on it now.
Sheriff.
Give me a 10-man team up to Dirt Ridge and set up an all-points perimeter.
Listen, Sheriff.
Bob,
I've been thinking.
when you get to my garden, make sure you give each plant 2 1/2 cups of water each. No more, no less.
Oh, by the way, how's the arm doing?
I want roadblocks set up at both ends of the valley. And, Nancy, I want you to order me up some of that lobster bisque over broccoli. Hell, I'd even go for some lime jello right now. I'm real hungry like, okay?
See what I can do, boss.
Listen, Sheriff. I want out of the deal. I really am falling in love with Timmy.
Stop right there. If it weren't for me, you'd be in a jail cell right now. Didn't you know running over spotted antelope out here is a little bit more than roadkill? Well, shall I be calling the Fish and Game Department?
No.
I think so. All right, I want you to go back down to the city and find everything you can on him. I want you to look for keys, safety deposit boxes, anything.
Attention all units, we have a fire blazing on the North Ridge. Appropriate authorities have been notified.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get!
could you get a dissection unit sterilized in lab 3 at once now? I'll be along shortly. Miss Coulson? Now that O'Brien's gone, what do you say we go out on a date?
Yeah, right.
Yes! I know we'll have a great time. I'll see you at 8 o'clock.
Cancer Clam Project, Miss Coulson speaking. Yeah, Larry. No, I don't want to go to your house.
Hey, you little criminals, how are you, Nancy?
What are you doing, Deputy? Didn't you hear about the fire?
Hey, mister, where's your arm? Did the pumpkin monster take it?
No, there is no pumpkin monster. Ooh, these kids. Fire, you say, huh? Hey, you think you give me a ride to my uncle's?
There is too a pumpkin monster, and if he took your arm, that means you're a bad man.
The whole valley is on fire. We're evacuating. It's already got the O'Brien cabin, and now it's coming toward us.
Mom, don't talk to that bad man who got his arm taken from the pumpkin monster.
I got my arm cut off, sweetheart, by a samurai. Not a pumpkin monster. A samurai cut my arm off. By the way, last time I checked, there is no such thing as a pumpkin monster. The O'Brien cabin, huh? Wow. Hey, any casualties?
There is too a pumpkin monster, and I've seen him. And I'm gonna tell him that you don't believe that he's gonna chop off your other arm.
Oh, is that so? Take a memo. Put a cork in it.
Well, there's no reason to be rude, Deputy. Good day.
Sometimes she tries to make me feel so fine and takes me down all the time. I'm feeling she might never find. High rise in the wintertime, she wants me mine and never tries to steal with me tonight. She's out running round, so won't you take her down? She's all over town.
Herc, why don't you just put those down over there and, let's see, draw me a bath, and could you mow the lawn? That would be great. And then we'll meet up tomorrow for the interview, right?
Miss Coulson, I regret I couldn't pick you up in person for our date tonight, but I've arranged for a car to pick you up at 8. I'm so looking forward to this evening.
Herc, don't do the lawn. I need you to do me a favor. You need to go out right away and deliver a message for me.
Herc, I sent that car to pick up Miss Colson.
She told me to tell you when pigs fly.
When pigs fly? I thought we were limiting our experiments to squid and bats. Well, I'll find out what she means when she shows up.
See you later. You're not very good at that, are you?
What are you doing out here, Freddy?
What do you think I'm doing out here?
Well, it looks like you're looking for treasure again. Man, when you gonna figure it out? You gotta keep your nose to the grindstone if you're gonna make it.
You know what? I lost my job over at Happy Joe's Outlet.
Yeah? You know what my uncle says? You might be able to get me a job at the dump, so I'm gonna give this gig up. I'll see what I can do for you. Mind if I sit down here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You know something, Freddy? Is that what you want, the easy way out?
Well, kid, there's more to life than selling extension cords.
Here, here. I'll drink to that.
There's something missing from your life, kid.
You said a mouthful.
Your life don't got any meaning.
You're right, man. I don't have no meaning to my life.
Hey. Hey, I got a present here for you.
What? What,
Here you
a big
go.
old butter knife or something? What is that?
No, that's a samurai sword. I was going to sell it to the tourists, telling them it belonged to Darth Vader. But you deserve it, kid. You're a good guy.
You want to give this to me?
Yeah.
Man, you're touching a place with me right now.
Come on, kid.
My granddaddy gave me a sword like this for Christmas when I was a little boy. And my cross-eyed fat uncle of mine is broken on top of my head because I didn't water his broccoli.
Yeah, I'll feel your pain, kid.
Where'd you get this anyway, Freddy?
The O'Brien cabin. It went up in smoke.
Really?
Hey, shouldn't you be one of the first people to hear something like that?
Oh, man. Don't talk to me. I've had one lousy day.
Well, at least you ain't Timothy O'Brien. He's wanted for arson.
Can I tell you something, Freddy? That is one weird family. Ain't nobody seen that Malcolm fella in over a couple years now.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's just a dumb coyote. Didn't you hear him earlier when you were out there?
Oh, I didn't hear nothing. Maybe it's snakes.
Grill Daddy, I don't want no more cold cereal in the morning. Gotta have something hot, something good to get me on my way. Grill Daddy, get your ass outside the door and hunt me something down. Get your life on the line. Make me some waffles, show us what you're all about. tricks don't bring me no cornflakes. I want shambler cake. No scrag, no grunts, no demon bisque. If shambler's all I'm pissed.
Look, I don't mind rowing you to work every morning, but you have to eat right. I'm not gonna work with someone who drinks soda and eats shit for breakfast.
Quiet, Herc.
What you need is some orange juice.
There's a segment about our work coming on in the news in a second. Why don't you clean up this mess and then go feed my fish?
Welcome back and thanks for watching. I'm Nick Stone. We now bring you a special report on the Cure for Cancer project. The drama, the mystery surrounding this research has been holding the nation's interest for the past few months. The lead scientist of this project, Dr. O'Brien, was involved in a mysterious explosion at the Manfred Biology Labs a year ago. Although his body was never recovered, after 6 months, he was declared dead by officials.
I have time for one question. The gentleman from Boston here. Yes?
Yeah, Dr. O'Brien, is it true you think clams are going to cure cancer?
Oh, you meddling, prattling fools. Listen, we're dealing with microbiopic nanotechnologies augmented with filtration units to discover biopic and nerve resource impending relationships. That's all. Good day.
Last night, a cabin on the west coast owned by O'Brien went up in flames. His son Malcolm is thought to have perished in this fire. According to officials, his brother Timmy is a suspect for arson and possibly murder. The world had been watching closely for almost 20 years as O'Brien proclaimed he was getting ever closer to a cure for cancer. Once he was declared dead, the hopes of mankind rested on O'Brien's staff. The project was taken over by an assistant who seems to suffer from paranoid delusions. It could be a tragic ending for what once seemed to be such a promising hope for mankind. An ending left in the hands of a pathetically lonely man who talks to inanimate objects. Who wrote this stuff? Are we missing a page in the teleprompter? The world waits in anticipation as they try to bring the last stages of the brilliant O'Brien's work to fruition. In other news today, farmer Melvin McLean's cow Nellie is once again given birth to a two-headed spotted elk.
There's a rabbit in a log and I ain't got my dog. How will I get him? I know. I'll get me a briar and twist it in his hair. That's the way I'll get him. I know.
Professor Smith, I've been calling your office all morning. Apparently, both of your assistants have called in sick for the day.
What?
Perhaps you gave them the day off?
No, maybe they're doing that interview.
Ah, yes, the Time Week piece. I'm so glad we're finally getting press in a good light after the explosion fiasco. You know, we need to go to your office now, Professor Smith.
I've changed my name to Jingly Squid. Didn't you get my memo? I don't go by Smith anymore.
No, I didn't, and until I do, you're Smith to me. What kind of nonsense are you running around here anyway? Crazy name changes, no one in the office, phantom memos. Speaking of memos, you will find a copy of my newly issued recommendation to the board of directors on your desk. It is in my opinion that Herkovitz be named as O'Brien's replacement as head of the department. You will be working under him within 1 week. Come now. It is time for me to do my weekly inspections of your work.
Going down the track with a coat ripped up my back. Shoes on my feet are nearly gone. But a little ways ahead, there's an old farmer's shed. And that's where I'll rest my weary bone. Weary bone, weary bone, weary bone. Well, a little ways ahead, there's an old farmer's shed. And that's where I'll rest my weary bone. Weary bone, weary bone. Well, little ways ahead, there's an old farmer's shed. That's where I'll rest my weary bone.
So, Miss Coulson, do you really think you'll find a cure for cancer?
Honestly, I don't even think we're close. And there's aspects of O'Brien's research that are missing, and no one can piece it together.
Do you think you'll succeed?
Not with Smith in charge.
You okay? Are you okay? Hey. You that Timmy fella, ain't you? What's wrong with you? Jumping butterball. Now again, I quit.
Herc! Hi, Herc.
You look terrible. We need to get you some wheatgrass soon.
Have you seen Miss Coulson? She stood me up for the last time. I may have to let her go.
She went home. Did you know they pay this much for interviews? I could sure buy a lot of broccoli with this.
Ah, Huckovitz, my dear boy. You're moving up in the world. I'd like to see you tomorrow morning in my office at 9 a.m. sharp. I have some good news for you.
Come with me.
So Sally calls Betty and tells her, don't look at my boyfriend again. And Betty's like, whoa. But Herbie thinks I'm off the hook. So Betty calls me and she wants to borrow my mini glass with the
Last cup of coffee
straps.
told me how to fly in. Can I get a refill?
With the pink polka dots. It's like to
Excuse
die
me.
for. But she's gonna make me.
Excuse me.
Can you hold on a second? I've got another cop here. Why do they think they're the only ones to eat donuts? Can I help you?
Yeah. Can I get a refill, please? No fly and a blueberry muffin.
Sure, just a moment. Hey, Cleason!
What?
Coffee, customer. Yeah,
Hello, sir. Welcome to the Cleason & Son Coffee Emporium. How may I help you?
Yeah, can I get a cup of coffee, please?
Cup of
Sumatra?
coffee? You would like some Sumatra. Okay, Sumatra. I cannot seem to find any. Would you like anything else?
Kenyan dark roast?
Kenyan dark roast. We'll be getting that in the morning, sir.
Hazelnut?
Hazelnut? Only decaf.
French vanilla?
French vanilla? I'm afraid that's our Thursday morning
coffee
special.
back there?
Oh, that's ready to grind. I can make you some right now.
Look, don't you have any coffee that's ready right now?
Why, yes. It's a coffee shop.
Well, give me a cup of coffee. I don't care what it is. Just give me a cup of coffee.
Just a cup of coffee. Very well. Coffee. Coffee. You don't have any coffee. Could I interest you in some lobster bisque?
In the morning. Gotta have something hot, something good to get me on my way.
Let's grab this seat here. I gotta talk to you about some things.
Okay.
Do you think O'Brien liked me?
I don't know, but if you took better care of yourself and ate more onions, broccoli, and grapes, I'm sure someone would like you.
What do you mean? Do you think Miss Coulson and I would make a good couple?
Nope.
Why?
Because she loved O'Brien. She's been trying to get you fired for the past year. She hates your guts.
And you?
I hate you too. You never listened to a word I was saying. I was hoping when I started that explosion in the lab, it was you who would be killed.
You what? You set off that explosion? You caused my best friend O'Brien to die?
He hated you too.
Timmy, no one is going to hurt you. I just want you to listen. Do not turn around. I can explain everything that's been happening to you. I'll start first with Jingly Squid. His real name is Professor Smith. And yes, he did indeed work with your father. It all started so many years ago when your father first began work on the Mountain Clam project. Smith was assigned to work beneath him for political reasons.
Smith, all of these files have to be redone.
Oh, yeah?
Okay? Yeah.
I'll get them done this afternoon.
Thank you.
Oh, no. How did they get out? Wow! Still like...
Now, Smith was just an assistant at that time to your father and didn't fully understand the deep ramifications of your father's work. Smith was more enamored with the idea of working on the team and gaining self-recognition than he was of actually finding a cure.
Mixes with the
Smith, you should see the look on your face, O'Brien. You gotta learn to relax.
Relax?
Relax. Have some fun. We ought to go boating for an hour or two.
Relax? Fun? You fool. Have you no idea of the gravity of the project on which we're working? I don't even have time to go out with my own 2 sons. What makes you think I would go out on a boat with you? We're working.
Sorry, sir.
Take these back to the lab right away. File them, clean them, dry them. Store them next to the tetrahydrocollatamine. I'll be with you shortly.
The weight and importance of this work was a huge pressure on your father. It left him with very little time for anything else, as I'm sure you are well aware. Before I continue, I must tell you this one thing. Your father struggled immensely with the fact that his research was so important, and that he wasn't giving the proper time and devotion to you and your brother Malcolm. But he loved you both dearly.
Morning, guys.
Can we open them?
Yeah, go ahead. Christmas. What do you got?
It's a fire truck. It's
That's
a
good.
samurai sword.
Huh. Listen, Malcolm, I got you some candy canes, some of these chocolate coins you like, and some crackers. Timmy, I got you some broccoli. Merry Christmas, guys.
Smith couldn't understand the importance of these things, or of your father's internal struggles. It was becoming quite clear that Smith had a rather odd fascination with your father. The reality of the situation didn't come to your father until after he had had a conversation with the GEC agent. Do you know what that is, Timmy?
Yeah. Jinkety Flank. That Smith guy. He told me something about it. The Genetic Ethics Committee?
Dr. O'Brien.
Yes.
Agent Matthews, GEC.
How do you do, sir?
I'm here to talk to you about Professor Smith.
You know, this is the first afternoon without him hounding me in months. And now we're going to have a conversation about it. Is he in some kind of trouble?
No, not exactly. We're a little bit worried about his political connections and his mental stability. We can't cancel his contract, but he's, how can I say, quite fond of you. So we'd appreciate it you could keep an eye on him for us.
Agent Matthews, my research is of paramount importance. You can't possibly be asking me to divert energy from it to do the work of the GEC.
Dr. O'Brien, you don't seem to understand. We could permanently attach him to all of your future research projects if you find this inconvenient.
Okay, I'll look in on him from time to time.
Thank you, Doctor. We thought you'd see it our way. Good day.
Good day, Agent Matthews. Listen, Herc. Go down to the store and get some more Happy Joe's Cola, please. We're almost out, and I need to talk to Professor Smith alone.
And get some donuts while you're out, too. Miss Coulson, can you start the video for Dr. O'Brien?
This is the tape that I made just for you.
Oh, good. What is this?
There must be a mistake. I'll go into the lab and get a real dissection. And while I'm there, I'll go get you some Happy Joe's Cola.
Listen, I'm sick and tired of both of you ordering me to get you chips, soda, and donuts for breakfast every day. You can't eat greasy, fatty food. Why don't I just shoot you now? You can't have soda for breakfast. Here, I have some nice, beautiful, healthy beef. Eat these.
Professor Smith, how many times do I have to tell you to stop sending me these gifts? Really, Smith, listen to me for 1 minute, please. I think you need to enhance your social life in some way, or find some activities. Ask the girl out that you've been staring out in the cafeteria for 3 weeks. You could give her your gifts. Smith, I think it might help to release the tension you've been acquiring. Your work has fallen off. You have no social life. You need to... On a more professional level, I've been dying to tell you about my progress. It seems the groundwater in that entire valley is perfect for... Smith, you didn't just mix tetrahydroacetylene blue number 68 with chlorobrominate 55? That's going to cause an explosion. Get down, Smith! Oh. Smith, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I feel as though my spleen has been displaced. Smith, if I don't make it through this, you've got to transfer all of my documents out to my assistant in California. Promise me that.
Okay.
Oh, and tell my sons I love them. Smith, do you hear me? Oh.
My name isn't Smith anymore. I've changed it to Jingly Squid, and I'd be happy to take over your project.
Smith went insane. I've seen to it that he's getting the proper care. I hope you don't mind the long-distance call, but the man needed help.
Who are you? I don't understand any of this. I've been shot at by the sheriff, and I started this huge fire. And now my brother.
Just let me finish, Timmy. And remember, in these dark times, not everything is what it seems. Sheriff McJurgens, well, his life has been ruled for many years by greed. He was partners with Smith.
Hello.
Sheriff Majurgens? This is Professor Jingly Squid. I've been doing some research and I want you to listen to my proposal.
Buddy, I don't have time for this. Take my number off your list.
No, listen. Just for a moment. I'm talking billions. And you're sitting right on top of it. There's some property that you still have the deed to. The O'Brien estate?
Billions, you say? All right, you have my attention, Mr. Jerky Flack. What the heck kind of name is that anyway?
It's Jingly Squid, but that's not important. As I was saying, the property, combined with my exclusive knowledge of a certain science project, could bring us both fame and wealth.
Timmy, stand up. Follow me. Timmy? Let's go.
You tried to kill that deputy. Why would I go with you?
Remember, in these times of great duress, not all is as it appears. Follow. You see, Timmy? It all worked. Everything is going according to your father's plans.
What did you say?
I said, everything's going
Just according to my plans.
Dad? They told me you were dead. There's still so much I don't understand. Like, why the samurai costume?
You'll understand everything in time, at least the parts you need to understand. You know, Timmy, growing up with your strange fascination and addiction with broccoli, I always thought it would be you to be labeled the crazy one.
What do you mean? Broccoli's so good for you. It's got more vitamin C than the orange, not to mention the zinc.
Timmy, there is much you need to do, and so do I. Go back to the cabin and look in the fireplace. There's a path right here that'll get you there in no time. And you'll know what to do.
But how will I know?
Timmy, you'll just know. Now go.
But, Dad, what about Malcolm? Is he dead?
Golly, I hope not. I'm expecting him here any minute with the methyl bicarbonate, 266.
Malcolm is alive?
He's fine. There is something about Agnes, though. You've just got to continue to be yourself. And
what about Agnes?
There's no time right now. There's no time.
Hey, Dad. Timmy, nice of you to show up.
You're 2 minutes late. Don't let that happen again. I'll see you boys in a short while. Do what I say.
Hold on here for a second. Sorry to interrupt. But a few hours prior to this, in your story, you told me that both your father and your brother were dead. And now your father is running around in a samurai costume, protecting you from the likes of Barney Fife meets Buford T. Justice. And your brother Malcolm just pops up from behind a cliff? Hi, Timmy. It's Malcolm. Mr. O'Brien, I was ready to believe your story of guys digging for treasure in the middle of the night. You really took me to the edge with that whole samurai thing. But I just attributed it to be some kind of after effect from post-traumatic stress disorder or something. But resurrecting your dead family one by one, really now, I happen to represent one of the most trusted and respected magazines in the country, and I can't put my career on the line for such a fantastical story like this. Oh, I should have known better when the only press you've gotten out of this has been from the checkout rags at the supermarket.
Well, you called me. You know, I really couldn't care one way or the other what kind of press I receive. Seems to me the press has a history of distorting the truth. Maybe that's why people read comic books.
But I have my career to worry about. You don't really think I can believe you.
Well, we've learned the Earth isn't flat, and movies named after our nation's birthday should not be made. And we don't have to worry about certain diseases anymore now, do we?
Well, that's true. But floating plates of spaghetti? Oh.
Well, Malcolm gestured me to be silent and led us past our father, who was in a Zen-like trance. We walked for a little while in silence until we came to a small clearing in the woods. Malcolm, I'm glad to see you're alive. I thought you'd burned up in that cabin and that I did it.
You didn't do it, I did it.
You did it. I didn't?
Well, actually, Dad did it. He's been scheming up this little plan for years. I assume he told you everything.
Yeah, he told me some, but I still don't get it.
It's a tough one to understand. When Dad knew his experiments would work, he figured that eventually someone would try to take it from him. And sure enough, they did try. So he faked his own death and made sure those loyal to him were watched and protected. Did he tell you about the hurt guy?
Yes, Samurai Dad did. He said he died. Are you telling me he set up that guy's murder? And what's the deal with this whole Darth Ninja thing?
Hold on, Timmy. Just hold on. You know that hurt guy, he's still alive. He lives here in LA now. And he's doing something that he loves to do. And believe it or not, you know, Dad is doing something he loves as well. His lifetime of work is all paid off, and he's trying to become a father again.
How do you figure that?
Timmy, he's trying to teach you something through all of this. He's trying to make up for all lost time. Of course, he really screwed up with the samurai motif. That should have been for me.
Teach me something? I don't get it.
Yeah, the biggest part of learning anything is to experience it. Come here. You know, Timmy, this is going to change the world for a lot of people. But your destiny lies elsewhere. Go down this path, and I'll catch up with you later. For the time being, keep it secret and keep it safe.
Jurgen, I don't like you very much, and I don't like your methods. I might just turn you in.
It all comes down to this. You have no proof. All you have is circumstantial evidence. It'll never hold up. Whoa. You hear about the deputy job?
Yes, I am. Here's my resume.
Oh. Wow. Oh. Impressive. Most impressive. Now, I'm going to have you go over to 2030 Boulder Road. There's a burnout cabin over there. There's some research documents I'm very interested in.
Okay. Yeah, I've worked a few arson cases before. Have you tried looking in the fireplace?
Fireplace?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good idea. Let's go check it out.
All right.
Timmy, are you okay?
Agnes? What are you doing here? You're not going to believe what's been happening to me these past couple of days. I've been on the weirdest trip. Everything that I've planned for us is going to come true. But wait, you just spoke perfect English.
Timmy.
And your accent.
Hold it right there. Where are the documents?
I haven't found them yet, but I do have the money for the deed. Do you have it?
I've got it right here. It's too late. Where are the documents?
Sheriff, I think it's too late for you. I'm GEC Agent Frankel. Put down your weapon.
Ha! Deputy, arrest that woman.
Sheriff, this is GEC Agent Stanley. Before we go ahead and arrest you for conspiracy and fraud, I suggest you complete the business transaction with Mr. O'Brien. Timmy, give him the money. Agent Stanley, process him.
Come on, let's go. There's nothing to see here.
Timmy, I've been meaning to tell you about everything. This assignment, the overall meaning of it, it will change the world. I will never have another assignment like this one. I've fallen for you. It will cost me my job, but is there any hope for us? The letter, when I found it, I knew. Timmy.
Agnes, stop. I understand, and I do believe you. But I've had a rebirth today. I'm a changed man. Take this, and take care.
Timmy realized something today. Something he's known deep down all along. That money and career are meaningless when you've no one to share them with. But to find love, one must achieve balance. And the foundation of love is pure truth. You want to go get a drink? Let's go do that.
Well, I'd like to first start out by saying big thank you to everybody in town that joined in on the search for my arm. And special thanks out there to Nancy's two little girls who were actually the ones who found it. And just as soon as I see them, they got a big hug coming to them. And fits real good. Everything works just fine. I can do just about it. Oh, except that. That right there is a little tight. But anyways, you know, I'd also like to thank Timmy O'Brien for paying for the surgery and all. You know, he found that cure for the cancer, and with all those, you know. Is that snakes out there? Anyways, Timmy, yeah, he found that cure for cancer and all, and with his broccoli and his clams and what have you. And thank you, man. I appreciate that. And anyways, my uncle, just before they put his sorry behind in jail, he was able to get me that job there at the dump. I'm proud to say for the first time in my life, it feels a lot better working at a dump than being dumped on daily by my uncle. And but I do have him to thank for getting me the position there.
I'm Nick Stone.
Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
I once again, a big thanks out there to everybody who found my arm, and that'll do. I gotta get back to the job.